Yo, good evening people, welcome to Tier 1, Round 15 of the Contest of Speed Racing. Our drivers will be battling out here in Singapore at the Marina Bay Circuit with its idyllic skyline and home to many of the world's top banks. With 23 turns and short straights, overtaking here will be difficult. Only 2 DRS zones, with the first of the 2 offering any real overtaking opportunity, although we may see some lunges down into turn 1. I'm joined here by my good friend and co-commentator, Callie. How you doing?
I'm doing well, Vish. How are you today?
I'm excited for the race. I mean, these are going to be some quick drivers. It's a street track, our first night race, well, official night race. But yeah, I'm excited. Obviously, tyre temperatures, got to look out for them. But yeah.
Absolutely. I was doing a little bit of a paddock walk earlier before the grid was all set to go, and spoke to some of the drivers. It sounds like the biggest concern is half the drivers seem to have this tire temperature issue dialed in. Half of them don't really quite have it dialed in, but they're willing to roll the dice. I know of one driver in particular, not going to say any names, who's hoping just to survive turn 1. As you said before, 2 DRS zones, only one of them is truly effective in that long Raffles Boulevard run. Other than that, Esplanade is kind of a short spot. The front straight also short for that DRS, but really at the end of the day, tire temperatures, tire wear, and aggressive driving is what's going to get it done here today.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of aggression, you might want to just manage it ever so slightly, just because you don't want to be sliding those tyres, because any bit of loss of traction or anything like that, or just a sideways manoeuvre, will just heat up those tyre temperatures, and you cannot afford that in this circuit. It's really touch and go, really.
Completely agree with you as we see Devil Damo taken out to the track on his outlap. Looks like we've got Domain, Psycho, Fruitful Coot. Everybody's going out for that outlap right away. Yeah,
everyone wants to get a lap in straight away just in case, because they're going to have a lot of traffic. It's one of the longest, well, in terms of lap time, the longest circuit, and it's got the most number of turns in the whole F1 calendar.
True. Once you cross Esplanade Drive and you turn into turn 14, 15, 16, 17, all the way through to turn 22, you're just sawing on that steering wheel side to side, trying to make it through that slow section, but very technical section of the track.
Yeah, Sector 3 can be very demanding on the tyres especially. But we'll see what they can pull off. I mean, no overtaking opportunities in Sector 3 whatsoever. Although we may see some lunges, I don't know. The aggression is strong with Tier 1.
It can be at times, that's for sure. Again, a big part of this is going to be clean. Let's hop on board with Perfotis right now. He's crossing the start-finish line, looking for a flyer.
Okay, let me just see what tyres everyone is on. Okay, so we've got there's only 3 people on Ultra Soft at the moment that I can see. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 people on Ultra Softs, 6 people on Softs, and the rest on Hypers. So different strategies here, guys. In terms of tyre life, pit stop strategies, people starting on, as Mr. Psycho Sane in the McLaren. He's a new Tier 1 driver. Welcome him to the league. Just notice him just sliding over onto his outlap. But yeah, I was just going to say that in terms of tyre strategies and pit stop strategies, I was see Ricky putting a 137 on the Ultra Softs. So I'm not sure if that is a good lap time or not. Sorry guys, because we done a wet circuit. Thomas goes pole with a 134. 7th in Tier 3 we had a wet race, so I'm not too privy into what good lap times are around here, unfortunately, so I do apologise for that. Well, do you have any ideas, Callie?
If Thomas has anything to indicate with that 134.7 on the Hypers, well, we just saw Perfotis just have to lift a little bit coming out of his last series of turns across the start-finish line. Perfotis jumps into 3rd with a 135. 134.979, now down into fourth after their Devil Demo throws up a 134.5. So the fast guys out there right now, Devil Demo and Thomas, both of them running in the 134s, followed closely by Jakey and Perfotis with 135s.
Yeah, we've got Jakey boys within in amongst those Hypersoft guys. He's with the ultra soft tyres, so he's on the slower of the two compounds. But starting on the ultra soft tyres opens up strategy for you guys, because you could either, although you'll be a sitting duck against the Hypersofts at the beginning of the race, they will come back to you the tyres will come back to you shortly, and you'll be overtaking if people elongate their stints on the Hypersofts, you'll be catching them back up. Also, it allows you to either do switch to a one stop or a two stop. So, like ultra softs, I think ultra softs are the way to go. People starting on the softs, obviously going to get left behind right at the start. They'll be going deep into the race. They'll last around 20 laps, I think. So,
I agree with you. Having that flexibility in your strategy is huge at this circuit. We saw a Fruitful Coot put up a 134.375 in the hypers, so it's looking like all of the hypers are settling in right in that 134 area, save Javi's 135.2 up there. Yeah, we're probably going to go and see a high, or possibly we're going to see a high 133s for pole, I think, based on these guys. I mean, the track's going to get greener. I'm going to stay on board with Kimi for this one. He's going to go out on his outlap onto soft tyres. We know he was battling for the lead back in Monza. Was it Monza last week? Yeah? Yes, I do believe that's correct. He was battling back and forth. Right.
Unfortunately, and he was bold in his strategy, didn't go on the mediums, went on the soft tyres from the super softs, which we loved, and he provided us with some great excitement for the lead of the Grand Prix back here a week ago. But let's see what he can put down on the soft tyres as he heads down in. Is he starting his lap?
That was an interesting start to his lap right there. And here we go.
Well, okay. We'll go down to turns 1, 2 and 3, all flow into one another, quick succession into turn 4, which is an extension of turn 3. Then it's going over towards the right on Republic Boulevard to minimise the angle for the right of turn 5. Then it's up through the gears of Raffles Boulevard and flat out on one of the best overtaking opportunities in towards turn 7, and hard on the brakes here as well. This is known as a memorial, because it runs alongside the Park of Remembrance on the exit. Then it's down into I missed out turn 8, turn 9, as we see St Andrew's Cathedral on the right.
Just tagging the wall briefly.
Turn 10. Yeah, I see that.
Very nice, very smooth through here. We want to make sure we carry the momentum into that tight left-hander, which is followed by a nice straight blast and then another hard right-hander right here.
Yeah. Now it's getting technical into sector 3. Want to make sure you have that traction locked down as well, and make sure that you're fighting and being aggressive on those corners to try and eke out as much lap time as possible.
Kimi definitely cutting his way through the chicanes here.
Yeah.
He's on those soft tires, so it's a little bit of a harder compound than the others that we're seeing running. He's going to cross the start-finish line, and we're going to get a time from him, and that time is going to be...
invalidated.
Oh! I wonder if that was that little bit of that wall touch that we saw happen there that invalidated that lap.
Yeah.
So I'm sure Raikkonen's going to come around. He's going to get in the pits. He's probably going to get some nice clean tires on there again and go out for another shot. Meanwhile, up at the top of the pack, we still have Fruitful Coot sitting up there with a 134.3, followed by Devil Demo. Thomas will round out our party of 134s, followed by Javi, Jakey Boy Perfotis, and FTR Al touching into the 136s.
Oh, FTR 136 on the soft tire, wow. Jesus.
Let's take a look. We've got two Spell on an outlap. Racer 555 is also on an outlap. Perfotis, Javi, and Devil Demo is all on their outlaps right now. We'll jump on board with two Spell real quick just to see what he's got going on in the party.
Okay, he's going to go on his outlap, isn't he? Well, he's on his outlap, sorry, right now.
You saw Charlie put up a time of 138.5 on softs. I have to believe that that was just a little bit of testing going on there. I don't think that that's the best Charlie has to offer here today, especially not on those soft tires. But we're going to see, because all the softs are trending into the high 137s, low 138s. So we take a look at Two-Spell conserving all energy here, getting ready to go down into this final set of turns, make that left hook onto the front straightaway. Let's see how Mr. Two-Spell can do on his qualifying shot. Here we go.
Here we go.
He does have a yellow in that sector. Let's make sure that nobody's in his way. That was a good series of turns as he heads down Republic Boulevard, or making the right turn into Raffle.
Yep. I see you've done your homework this time, Mr. Cali Mail.
Oh yeah, after last week I was not going to show up without my note cards.
Good stuff, that's what we love here.
What I really like is most of the turns and everything are in English, so it won't be much of a problem for me to fumble through either. It's always appreciated. Although Esplanade, that gives me difficulty sometimes.
Yeah, I just try and say it as like espionage.
I was waiting for an esplanade from you, but I got it. Two-Spell working his way around the track here. Now he's running on those ultra softs. I think he's got his head down, like you said. He's thinking about it. He's looking for that additional flexibility in what his strategy could be. Now let's not be fooled. Thomas just threw a 134.244 up there on his hyper softs.
Yeah, and then just to butt in there quickly, Jakey boy has DNF'd. Probably crashed out somewhere on an outlap.
Oh, Jakey.
I think that's what that yellow might have been. As we see Two-Spell crossing the line, and he does a 136.3. I'm sure he can go faster than that. I know he can go faster than that. I mean, guys are going to be managing. I mean, there's no tire temperatures to manage right now, so.
Oh, Javi touching the wall twice on his lap. I'm wondering, this looks like an outlap to me. It looks like he's going to go for a flyer. I'll jump on board with Javi right here for a little bit. Javi currently sitting in fourth with a 135.245, looking to make that better.
Crosses a line. Does he improve? No, he does not.
He is on his flyer right now. Oh, looks like he lifted out of that as well. So
he's got no ERS.
Right, he's got one lap old Hypersoft tires to go back and change out. And giving a quick recap in our top five. Go ahead.
As we stay on board with FTR, he's going to start a lap on the Ultra Softs. But yeah, go roll out the top five.
Taking a look at his Toro Rosso as he gets ready. We like to do the top five with 5 remaining. So with 5 minutes left to go in the qualifying, we've got Thomas sitting in first, Fruitful Coot in second, Devil Damo third, Javi fourth, and Profotis sitting in fifth. On board with Al, seeing what he can do.
Yeah, our championship leader by a long stretch. Thomas is the only real contender for the championship, even though it's a full gone. So it goes down into turn 7 hard braking. It's really clean so far. It's a full gone conclusion. I think FTR is going to be our race winner unless he just DNFs the next few laps. As he just touches the wall there, I think he picked up some damage. Does he lift out? Is he still going?
You know, he's so smooth, it's hard to tell if he's still going or not, but I think he's still in it.
The wall again.
Oh, we've got a lot of wheel spin. Not quite sure if he's going to want to register this lap or not. Real quick, shout out to the members in our chat room right now sending us some messages. Keep those messages coming. We will be happy to take any questions and or address any comments you have in that chat room. Once again, that's at youtube.com. Make sure you check out Contest of Speed. We are in Tier 1 Race 15 Singapore Grand Prix here under the lights. So we've got Joe on an outlap now. Looks like Kimi or Raikkonen is also on an outlap. Maybe we'll jump on board with him real quick and see if he might be able to put a valid lap in today. You know, Vish, earlier while I was, Al goes 134.125. I'm sorry I dropped off the onboard there to jump to Kimi. Al steps in the first. While I was walking through the paddock, having some talks earlier, I heard mumblings of 133.8 being reachable. The only ones that seem to be getting down there is Thomas and Al. We're going to see what Kimi can do here as he finishes up his last section of turns, about to make his start for his flying outlap, getting every bit of heat into those tires for the last section. And here we go, on board with Kimi.
So I'm just loading up the YouTube chat. Certainly forgot about that. Sorry
no
about
problem
that,
at all. So Kimi making the left turn, followed by the quick left right. He's going to be turning on the Republic Boulevard, making that right-hand turn down through Raffles. Going to slightly pitch to the right here, just before turn 7, where he's going to get onto Nickel Highway.
And he just battles through a bit of traffic. He's got a bit of traffic up ahead.
Interestingly, he still seems to be wiggling the car a bit to get temperature. I think he's aborted.
He was on the flyer, no, he's not on the flyer yet. He went in there, he's heating up the tyres.
He's definitely not on his outlap. That was last one, so maybe that traffic was enough for him to kind of lift a little bit there.
Let's see who else is going out.
Okay. Well, we've got everybody. We've got Thomas, Fruitful, Damo, Javi, Provodus, Ricky, Lego Minecraft, Jamie1, F1 Senna, all signaling outlap on the display right now. With 1 minute and 10 seconds remaining here in qualifying, we still have our top 5 all under the 135 time point. 134.1 through 134.8 is what separates our top 5 right now. Kimi giving Raikkonen giving away a little bit to Provodus there.
Yeah, I've just noticed that FTR is on the ultra softs. And Thomas, who's a tenth slower, is on the hypers.
Yes, I did see that. Al put that 134.125 in on the ultras. Once again, maximum flexibility in his strategy right there. We see Raikkonen getting ready. He looks like he's put it down. He's going to go for his flyer.
Only opportunity. Let's go.
20 seconds left, and he starts his flyer.
He has to just finish this lap. He cannot afford. Track position on this track is so important. Overtaking is tricky and difficult. Risking wing damage. Has to try and get a good lap in.
He does have he has a car way up there in front of him. I don't know if he's able to pick up any kind of a tow off that car whatsoever, but it would be good for him to get up there and see if he can get some tow, any kind of help to get him down through these straightaways right now.
Yeah.
Hopefully that tow does not become traffic. We've got a yellow in Sector 1, and 2 Spell has gone DNF. Not sure if those two are related or not.
Flick of oversteer.
I got it.
2 Spell was out ages ago.
Yeah, I see Javi out now as well, and we saw another yellow pop up.
And yeah, Javi just
well, we're hoping this doesn't
have quite a few cars coming round.
Yeah, let's hope this doesn't impede any of these drivers like Raikkonen here, who's coming up on some of these various accidents. Very smooth.
Devil Demo goes second.
The 134.203 on hypers as well. Oop, Kimi's going to tag the wall ever so slightly in that left-hander. He's now made the right, made the left, coming around to the start-finish straightaway. Kimi, Raikkonen, how can we do it? Raikkonen jumps up into 8th with a 135.5. So once again, those 134s are dominant. Everybody in the top 5 is running a 134 time. The surprise of the day might be with FTR Al putting up a 134.1 with Ultra Soft.
Yeah, but he's going to be a bit of a sitting duck. The Hypersofts, although they will be just so good for the first couple of laps, and then tyre temperatures will have to be managed, and then the ultra softs will come back at him. So I think he's got to make sure that he has to get a good start. I'll let you do the rundown of qualifying.
Okay, so we've got FTR Al in first, Devil Damo in second, Thomas in third, Fruitful Coot, Javi picking up fourth and fifth, Profotus sixth, Jamie1 seventh, Raikkonen, Kimmy finishing up eighth as we saw. We've got Ricky, Joe, Lego Minecraft, F1 Senna, Jakey Boy, Domain Zane in 14th. We've got Two Spell 15th, Charlie's in 16th, Legend Killer 17th, Racer 555 in 18th, and Mr. Psycho Sane pulling it up the rear in 19th.
Yeah, so really close there. I don't think anyone qualified on the soft tyres, so it's a mixture of hyper softs and ultra softs.
We're going to jump out to the chat room real quick while we do a quick change here. We're going to look for top 3 predictions coming from the chat room. Let's see who throws what out there.
Top 3 predictions. Okay, we should also ask who is going to be the first driver to receive a 3-second penalty. Let's play that as well. That'd be a good one.
All right, so
who's going to be on the wall of shame first?
For those listening along, we've got 2 questions out there in the chat room. Jump in there right now. Let us know who are your top 3 predictions, and or let us know who will receive the first penalty. We've got one person yelling, turn 1 is going to be one big crash. You know, I know a lot of people are worried about that today, that's for sure. So, Milsey will put your big turn 1 crash. I know when a crash happens, we're talking, 3, 4, 5 penalties can be handled out. We've got Al, Thomas, and Raikkonen are the top 3 according to Racing Badger. Racing Badger says he'd be in 20th, but we've only got 19 running here today, so that explains everything. We're about to get started here on our warm-up lap. This is a formation lap. We want to make sure real quick, no contact during formation. We saw that during the Tier 3 race. Some people got a little antsy. They started making contacts, immediate disqualification there. Let's keep the formation laps clean. Let's get that necessary heat into the core of the tire so everybody's ready to go. And next time we talk, Vish will be counting down the start, I'm sure. Looking back into the chat room, we got Racer or Domain Zane for the first penalty. We've got Jamie gets the first penalty. Two Spell has a trick up his sleeve. And we've got Al, Thomas, and Fruitful for the first 3. And the first penalty to Senna, according to Dominic Prezia. My fault. Very interesting in the chat room today.
I'm going to go with Two Spell. Two Spell isn't one of the nicest guys, but he's Mr. Penalty King, so he might get a penalty straight away. So, I mean, yeah, we'll see. Actually, I don't know. Now I'm thinking in the top 3, they're going to be battling hard, so they're going to... yeah, I'll say Two Spell. Just leave it as Two Spell.
Two Spell's going to pull the first penalty?
Yeah, top 3 probably will be... I'm going to go for Raikkonen to get up there. I think he just had a bad qualifying lap. Obviously, when you leave it to the very last lap, you're just under that pressure. So, and he did touch the wall slightly and got a bit wobbly on turn 14, I think it was.
I think Thomas has a pretty dialed-in setup here. I think obviously a lot of people have been talking to him about that lately, and I asked him earlier, does it bother him knowing that people are watching his setups and are ready to apply them when they need them? And he doesn't seem too bothered about it. He seems very confident in his driving capabilities. So I like Al up there at the front. I'd like to see something from Fruitful Coot. That would be fun. And I don't know. I'm going to stick with Jonathan out here in our chat room stating that Two Spell might have a trick up his sleeve here.
Yeah, Two Spell.
All right.
The magician.
As they come around, they are starting to line up. Look at the lights just sparkle off of those cars as they line up on the grid. What a fantastic shot. Amazing. The night racing here is phenomenal. Here we go. I'm going to jump on board via broadcast view with our 5th place driver, Javi, trying to get all the action at the front. And here we go, Vish.
5, 3, 4 as we go to jump to 5.
We're good to go.
And let's go at Marina Bay. We see FTR gets a clean start.
A Ferrari.
Thomas up into second. No, battling Devil Demo takes that position back straight away. Then he mess at the back.
What a mess. F1 Senna goes blowing off the track in his Ferrari.
Okay, Thomas and Devil cannot be battling too hard because they're letting FTR just go away. He's already got a second lead. Pitiful. They just got to follow each other for the first lap. Do not let FTR get away.
Oh, we see Fruitful Coot run in the back of Thomas right there. I'm not sure if Fruitful took down any damage, but he did give the position back to Thomas. Good sportsmanship right there. We're going to jump on board with Fruitful Coot right now, who is battling with Thomas and Devil Damo for the second, third, and fourth positions.
Yeah. As Thomas gets a bit sideways just before Anderson Bridge. FTR has got a 2-second lead.
Yeah,
Jesus Christ, what is...
He jumped out there. He jumped out. He had a very good start. I'm not quite sure if the car behind him had as good of a launch as he did. That may have given him a little bit of a gap to third and fourth. Yeah. But him stepping away on second, I don't understand. He has just completely stepped out of the box.
Left the field. Yeah, I mean, it's because Thomas and Devil were battling and slowing each other down. Down into turn 5 it was. Completely went touching slightly, so... Ooh, as Profodosis loses it, goes sideways into the wall, takes off Kimmy's wing, and Kimmy is going to be pissed.
Oh boy.
Sorry for the language.
Yeah, we're on board right now trying to see what we can see with Kimmy. Looking at him, we don't see a whole lot of front wing damage, but we definitely know it's there by the way that he is steering differently after that contact with Profodus. I'm going to jump on board real quick with Lego Minecraft and watch it all from behind. Kimmy losing positions now. Profodus got past him. Ricky's getting past him. He's now being challenged by Lego Minecraft. 3 wide.
Minecraft goes deep, and Kimmy is just falling behind now.
Yes, he is. I mean, he's going to get swallowed up by Jamie next.
Trying to avoid. Ricky gets into the wall there as we go past St. Andrew's Cathedral on our right.
Lego Minecraft with a move down around Ricky on the inside. Again, Raikkonen sitting back here watching what is happening. We don't know if he has damage for sure or not.
Boy just takes out Joe, touches him.
Jakey is slowing down. Those are Williams' teammates. It's very surprising to see teammates come together on board with Two Spell, who has a front row seat for that contact going on between the Williams teammates. It's kind of outrageous when teammates start to make contact on the track. You would think that there'd be some communication happening there.
Yeah, of course, you know, just like me and you do.
Well,
so,
we hope that team orders don't have to be applied so that these two behave themselves. Hopefully it's not the case. We do have to remember that Joe's got the yellow stripe on the top of the car, so technically he's sitting in the second seat, and we have to see whether or not Jakey Boy makes that decision that he can get around him or not. We're going to jump back up on board right now. Go for it.
In the pits.
Okay. We are riding with Thomas. Let's take a look at Kimmy and what he's going to have happening. He is currently running on the hypers.
Kimmy goes on to the soft tires.
And he takes a new front end, and we see what looks like the number 2 McLaren coming in there. Mr. Psycho Sane also taking on a bit of repairs. New front nose, he's taking on the softs, and Mr. Psycho Sane is out of the McLaren pit. Back up front with Thomas, who is still stalking Devil Damo. Less than 1 second in between. We still have Jakey Boy and Joe and Ricky going at it down there. Let's take it on board with Jakey Boy, who's now running almost 3 wide with Joe and Ricky, coming into the tight left-hander, one of those small passing opportunities you had mentioned during the our pre-show. But these guys are all running very, very close together. This could be some very good action.
He's got a slight bit of damage. He's got a lot of understeer on that turn.
Yeah, I saw that as well.
Just after Anderson Bridge, yeah. He's going too wide and he's...
Let's go on board. Oh, he's got nothing. He's into the wall.
We got that.
We got that one hard, man.
Ricky.
Jakey Boy was trying to make a move on Joe. Ricky goes into the wall. Jakey's got to lift out of it and allow Joe to continue to run. Now, this will be interesting between these two teammates. One of them's running a hyper-soft strategy, one's running the ultra-soft strategy. So maybe with the Williams here, the plan is Jakey Boy just kind of hangs back with those ultra-softs. Let Joe get his hypers worn out, and then they'll trade those positions. We'll see what happens there. Taking a look again with Devil, with Thomas.
And FTR just pulled away. He's just like, forget you guys. Devil Damo just touches the wall. It's probably got some wing damage. So it's going to be pretty harsh around here. Thomas pulls away from Devil with broken DRS.
With a 5-second gap. FTR.
5-second gap on lap 4.
Uh-oh. I just saw Ricky show up on the wall of shame for our first penalty of the day. It looks like it was a 5-second that went out to Ricky. I'm not quite sure.
No, Racer got it, but we won't
Racer
count
got it?
Got it. In the pit lanes. We won't count speeding in the pit lanes. We want to see the corner cut penalties, a 3-second one, so...
Got it. Well, speaking of which, Racer 555 out of the race, takes a DNF.
Yeah, he retired. He just retired.
It looks like
got speeding in the pit lane and just retired.
Looks like Legend Killer is also not currently tracking on our system. Meanwhile, up at the front, Javi is within 1 second of Devil Damo. We've also got a whole lot of action down here with Jakey Boy, still hounding his teammate, going side by side here. And it looks like Jakey Boy's going to make the move. Joe cuts inside. I don't think he can get it done here. I think Joe's going to hold out his teammate right here. They must be careful. They have F1 Senna lurking right behind him, ready to make that Ferrari capitalize on any mistake. Oh, we see Joe get really loose coming out of there. Joe unable to hold on to it. Jakey Boy moving up. Senna getting past Joe. I think Joe's hypersofts are starting to show signs of trouble. F1 Senna gets under the wall of shame. 3-second penalty.
There you go. Who predicted that?
Who predicted Senna? Let's see.
Prezio. Well done, man.
Congratulations,
yeah,
Dominic.
You're right. F1 Senna got the penalty. You're right, buddy. Jesus. What's the lottery numbers this week?
He's excited. We're going to jump on board with Fruitful Coot inside the Ferrari. He is in the process of harassing Lego Minecraft. Both of them within striking distance of Javi.
Yeah. Let's see what they're doing. I've just checked lap times as well, guys. FTR is just slapping in the 140s. And so Thomas is lapping in the 140s and 141s around about that time, so there's no catching FTR. At this time, the tyres are going to be starting to just get away from them. Hypersoft only lasts for 7 laps, and it's the softest compound on this circuit for anyone new watching. The Ultra Softs is kind of like in the middle of the two, and then we've got the soft tyres. It's weird that we don't have the actual super softs, but I don't think that would make a viable strategy option, hence why it's been left out. So there's a 2 compound gap, if you'd like. So we've got from ultra soft to softs.
So Javi is the first of our hyper softs to hit the pit lane. Riding on board with Fruitful Coot, it's kind of interesting. You can hear him break traction coming out of the turns as Domain Zane makes it onto the wall of shame. Domain Zane onto the wall of shame. 3-second time penalty.
Domain Zane, yeah. Go on, Domain Zane.
Right now we're seeing pretty good intervals between everybody. The only people that are actually running within a second of the car in front right now is Perfotis and Domain Zane, but that might be because he cut the corner and picked up that 3-second penalty. No saying there for fact.
Yeah. So now we've got Javi, Devil, Raikkonen, Joe, Jakey, Mr. Psycho Sane, Ricky, all on the hardest compound tyre. The hardest compound tyre is obviously more durable, but slower in lap time pace, but they will come back to you.
How many laps do you suspect they're going to get out of these softs?
So softs usually around about 22, 23 maybe-ish laps.
All right, so these guys are going to try to make it to the end on these soft tires.
They're going to be... They will try to make it to the end, and they're going to be heavily worn towards the end. I mean, I would say one of the best strategies, probably I think a two-stop is a good strategy around here, but just because you can be slightly more aggressive, and lap time is just gained back to you in leaps and bounds through those fresher compounds as well. I mean, you know, you can make up like 4 or 5 seconds on someone in a lap, so yeah, we'll see. I think the Hypersofts will go on to, they'll try and do a two-stop, I think. Obviously the people that started on Ultrasofts, they can go up to lap 12, around about lap 12, and then go on to the soft compound tyres, so they can one-stop. The Hypersofts are going to struggle to one-stop. I think they should have to have a two-stop, but we'll see.
Understood. As we are now watching Domain Zane and Fruitful Coot go at it on the broadcast. They are side by side. Domain Zane squeezes him ever so slightly, makes that turn, that pass actually stick. They will be slowly making their way up here, a couple left turns to the start finish line again. So that was fun to watch those two battle it out. We now see Fruitful Coot within 3/10 of Domain Zane, and we've got Ricky picking up his second mark on the wall of shame for another 3-second time penalty. Multiple warnings. You'd think he would get it after 2.
Yeah, as we just see Dominic say, does he get a reward for guessing Senna's penalty?
Absolutely
yeah,
not.
You made it sound like he was. I'm so Dominic. It's not like Formula E, the fan boost. I know that as well. I'm aware of that. I've been watching Formula E since it started.
Dominic, I will follow you. I will follow you around and record 1 lap of the racetrack for you. That's what you get.
Yeah. I'm not sure. What tier are you in, Dominic? Or are you a racer or just a fan? Also, Matt Robson said tier 3 done 24 laps on the soft tyre. The only thing is, people that in a tier 3, there were a lot of people that pitted and had damaged wings. So I'm not sure. I'm not too sure if, you know, doing a two-stop, people doing a two-stop could come back at them. But yeah, I mean, yeah, you could one stop and go onto soft tyres. So.
Currently on board with our leader. We're going to give him a little bit of broadcast time here. He is 12.7 seconds ahead of the pack. He has completely stepped out, and surprisingly, we don't have anybody on the track that's running in within 1 second of the car in front at the moment. So F1 Senna has just jumped up.
F1 Senna is just there behind Jamie 1. Is anyone battling anyone right now?
Just these two.
Let's go through the field. Yeah. F1 Senna on the soft compound tyres. Sorry, the hardest of the 2 compound tyres, which is the soft tyre, the yellow wall tyre. And then Jamie 1 is in the middle of the pack in terms of tyres, so he's on the ultra soft. Ultra soft, like I said, will go up till around about lap 11, 12. Depending on tyre temps, ambient temperatures are really high, so managing those tyre temperatures is, on the one hand, extremely difficult because you're trying to manage them, plus you're trying to get away from the car behind you.
Exactly.
Jamie 1 is just losing the back end. He's just losing the back end, and that is not good for his tyres. He's going into the pits on end of lap 9.
F1 Senna will reclaim that 4th place position as he dove in there.
Yeah.
So Perfotis and Jamie both in the pit on their way out, falling down through the ranks as they're getting passed by cars on the track. Thomas just crossing the start-finish line.
Jamie 1 just getting held up there slightly in the pits. Puts on the soft
Uh-oh. All right, Vish will be back, I'm sure. In the meantime, let's take a look. We've got Jamie continuing on his way out of the pits, now out onto the racetrack. He's being chased up very closely by Fruitful Coot, who's got Joe within a half a second behind him. Both of them running right now about a second apart. We see that Mr. Vish has decided to rejoin the room here. Vish, are you back with us? All right, we're going to jump out real quick and get this invitation again. We will be back in just a moment. Hey, Vish, how are you? Welcome back to the broadcast. Understood, understood. Yes, we're having some network difficulties here. We've been dropped out of the party, but we are still able to broadcast while the race is going on. Hopefully this is still recording and we're not distracting too many drivers. Oh, we see Fruitful Coot showing a little bit of sign language there, throwing his hand up in the air with a "what are you doing" type signal from the cockpit. Oh, very wide, hits the wall. Oh, Jamie. Absolutely. We're gonna... That's right. Joe is closing in there. Jamie's probably got some tire issues by the sliding around. He's definitely got some front wing issues. He's having trouble steering. Lower speeds are going to be very, very difficult. We see his back end step out. I think it's just a matter of time until Joe swallows that up. Yes, I'm very happy to see that we have some fans out there who just come in to watch the race. We thank them for the support here at Contested Speed, a premier race F1 racing league. We've got all three tiers now, so make sure you can jump in on Monday or one of those days to see some of the other races. We have some more pit shenanigans going on here. Domain Zane kind of bopping and weaving when he should be weaving and bopping. Yeah, I mean, at the very minimum, you want to hang in there and you want to, play the psychological game with the guy. Make sure that he knows that you're there. You're willing to dive in on him and that he's got to protect every ounce of track. You've got to try to get into their minds in this kind of a track. There's not a lot of passing opportunities here. We're going to take a look at Profotis, who is locked in a battle right now with 7th place Raikkonen, Javi, and then Profotis in 9th. They're all running within 1 second of each other here as we finish lap 12 of 31. Profotis making a move to the inside of Javi. Javi is able to cover that, and Profotis picks up a wall of shame, 3-second time penalty by trying to move in on Javi on that attempt. You got to be very, very careful with those penalties when trying to pass here. The track is very, very tight in all areas. Profotis makes the move stick on Javi. Domain Zane making his move on Joe. Oh, they're going to battle through the turn here. Let's see how this goes. Excellent sportsmanship between these two. Yeah. Yeah, I think once Domain is able to make it past Joe here, we're going to see, give it another 3 or 4 laps, and we're going to see the difference in the tire age really show up here, while Domain will have everything that he needs to get the job done to get past Joe. Yeah, Fruitful Coot with a little bit of wheel spin coming out of these turns. It's slowing him down, not giving him that extra edge of momentum that he needs at the end of the straightaways. Now he's got DRS, which should give him everything he needs. Domain Zane makes the move on Joe, makes it stick. He moves up into 12th now, and that battle seems to be over for the time being between Domain and Joe. Oh, geez. Understood. Let's take a technical break real quick. If you want to watch some fun, jump on board with Javi in the 11th. He is battling with Jamie. And maybe in the meantime, can we try the restart the party chat? Shoot me an invite. We're getting some reports that people can't hear you too well, Vish. No problem. I will hang in here with Javi as he continues to battle with Jamie. They are preparing to come through the final set of turns, headed up to the start-finish line. Fruitful Coot is also sitting within half a second of Profotis. Profotis within 1.2 of Raikkonen. Bear with us one moment. We are going to attempt to change in the comms while Al sets down a 139.533. Alright, so I will transport that down there. We will continue to do the best we very much can here. Yes, look. Here we go. Alright, call it, Vish. I'm going to go set up the chat room. All right, we are back with you on Party Chat. We have all been disconnected from the race now. Everybody got kicked.
Everybody got kicked from the race?
Yes.
Oh, no way. Yeah, you can't. There's no way we can start another race now. We're gonna have to redo this another day.
Hold on, I gotta kill the share. Hold on.